Before you start watching the video, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Also, consider joining us on Patreon for a lot more behind the scenes info and how-tos on how to. Now, let's watch the video. Hey guys, Darren here. What are we looking at? Why does my indoor basement tomato have tape on it? What I am looking to do is do some air rooting using these heat plugs. We're going to wrap these around the tomato stem here and here. Obviously we're going to have to support it because these can get kind of heavy when they're wet. And then we're going to let them sit wrapped and kind of moist for about a week. Then we will cut them here and here, open them up, and then we're going to see how well the root system has developed, if at all. Tomatoes, if you look at them, and you'll see the very, very, very fine hair fibers all the way around them. They are very easy to root. But doing it this way in a plant that is going to be this tall could be problematic. I could cut the top off and root it like I've always done with a little bit of rooting hormone just to help hedge my bet. Or I could do it this way, let the root ball develop, cut it here, and plant it. Maybe trim back some of the leaves. That is my thought. I have done this once or twice with, I'm gonna say, softwood trees years and years ago. But I haven't really thought to do this because I'd always just bought plant seeds. But while we're down here and while we got a minute, I thought, let's try this, because this is why we always experiment and plan. Now, I'll show you over here. There is the basement peppers. You can see the flowers, and then there are the peppers that are starting to come in. We're also going to pollinate these guys just for the heck of it, just in case. They're self-pollinating, but it never hurts. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to cut this thing, and then we will wrap it and set it up. I will have to do all of that and then bring you back because the tripod is still broken. Gonna have to buy one of them. Anyway, guys, we will be back in just a minute. Figured we would try it this way. Got my tape, got my peat pot that has been moistened. Wrap it like this. This is paper tape, packing tape. So I'm going to make sure that I wrap it around itself. And then we're going to go around the bottom of this. I'm going to end up cutting right here. The reason I've got this paper tape here around the bottom is just to keep it from sliding down as it gets heavy. Now, I had put a little bit of rooting hormone inside the peat pot, and I'll show you the next one as we do it, because this is working out pretty good. All we're going to do is moisten this, and we're just going to see. Ultimately, what we will do is I will cut this off here, like I said, and then these will get cut here and here, and I will probably bury it almost up to there. So it's going to be buried 5 or 6 inches deep, and that should assure a really good, strong root system. Now, why am I doing this with this same plant over and over? Well, the cuttings are going to be genetically identical to the parent plant. So in effect, we are cloning. This plant produced tomatoes all the way up until the end of October. So it is cold resistant naturally, and it is long fruiting. Two traits that I really like here in Alabama. We have a long growing season, and occasionally we do have some cold spells, but for the most part it's not too terrible. But when we have cold weather, you know, we'll have a week of cold weather, cold enough to kill all the plants outdoors. Now, we're going to do this next guy up here further where you probably can't see, and then we will revisit this in about a week, and again, we'll see how it goes. So, more to come. All right, now, one of the interesting things about tomatoes is they're a member of the nightshade family. Used to be considered highly toxic and very poisonous. And I think at one time they were also called love apples. Now, potato is also a member of the nightshade family. The thing about potatoes and tomatoes. Potatoes grow up through the ground, the stems and the leaves do, and as the leaves grow, the potato itself has kind of a green skin on it. When the potato is green like that, it is toxic. The leaves and the stems of the potato plant are highly toxic. You cannot eat them. I did not say sweet potato. Sweet potato and potato are not related, actually. But the funny thing, this is a nightshade as well, the tomato, and you can absolutely eat the tomato leaves just like you can salad greens. I'll show you. There we go. And interestingly enough, it has kind of a peppery flavor, and it would be really good in like a wild salad. If you look at some of the high-end restaurants, some of their salads that they offer, they are also introducing tomato greens in the salads. Now, be aware, be warned, I could be crazy, so do your due diligence, do your research on it. You could be reactive or allergic to anything, but for the most part, no problems. And that's that. That's it. Really can't overwater because it'll just run down the stem. And that is what we have done. And before we forget, did you see the pollen fall out? That was a good one. We are just going to pollinate all of these guys. I swear that one opened up further when I pollinated it. we go. And you can see that pepper. And we'll pick it Friday, I think. Oh, no. Now, what I could do, I know we're talking about the tomato, but what I could do if I had another pepper plant, I could take these, I think it's loaded with pollen. I could take these and cross-pollinate the pepper plants with another pepper plant. And that would work out fantastically. I could do a jalapeno. So I would probably have a milder jalapeno, or if I use the jalapeno with this, I would have a hotter sweet pepper, which would kind of defeat the purpose. Anyway, and the basil is actually so happy now, it is going to flower soon. So what we'll do is pinch the head off that as well, and that way it'll allow it to bush out. If I wanted it to seed, which I still have plenty of basil seed, I'll do 1 or 2 plants this summer and pinch them off, or let them grow to seed, and we'll do videos on that as well. Just let that grow out, let it flower, get it pollinated, seeds develop, put a little bitty paper sack around that end, and or a pie pan under it, and as the wind blows, it will drop seeds. So there we go. Now, why I do this, what part of preparedness is this about? Why is this preparedness? This is not the cool stuff. I gotta say, guys, I have eaten 3 times a day, and I have never shot a zombie. Take care of you people. Be sure and get over there, Bob. Thanks, dude. I figure if you've got a hydroponics lab in your basement, you got to have a robot to clean up after you. You missed a spot, Bob. Good job.